Welcome, Bearcats and parents, back to Jackson Square. Today we're going to be looking at our homework for tonight, which is covering our mathematical properties again. So let's jump right into problem number 2. Problem number 2 says, Maria uses the distributive property to write an expression equivalent to 18 plus 36. Which of the following best represents Maria's expression? So the first thing we need to know is that we are using the distributive property. And if you know anything about the distributive property tells us that we're going to distribute the number to each part. So we need to figure out how and which one of these will create an equivalent expression for this problem. So we're looking for 18 plus 36. So the best thing to do is to work out each and every one of these problems until we figure out which one is going to give us 18 plus 36. So I'm going to distribute for each one of these. The number is going to be distributed to every part. And we know that distributive property is only related to multiplication. So we're going to actually multiply this out. So this is going to become 18 times 1 plus 18 times 4, which will give me 18 plus, and 18 times 4 is 72. This will be 9 times 2 plus 9 times 4, which will give me 18 plus 36. Here we would have 18 times 2 plus 18 times 2. 18 times 2 is going to give me 36 plus 36. And last we would have 6 times 2 plus 6 times 6. I'm distributing this outside number to everything inside parentheses. Here we would have 12 plus 36. So we're looking for the expression that will give us 18 plus 36. 18 plus 37, 18 plus 36, 36 plus 36. So it looks like our answer would be G. G is the one that would give us an equivalent expression of 18 plus 36 using the distributive property. Let's jump into number 4. Number 4 looks a little bit scary. It says, Cecilia and Olivia are playing a game in which they match equivalent expressions. So we're looking for expressions that have the same amount. Cecilia matches a pair of equivalent expressions using the associative property of addition. Which best represents the cards Cecilia matches? So let's pull out our foldable and look at associative property. Associative property says associates with different groups, and the parentheses are going to be moving. So we're looking for one in which the parentheses is moving. So here, 10 plus 7n plus 3, 7n plus 3 plus 10. Looks like the 10 went from the front to the back. So the numbers moved. That would be commutative property. Here, 7 plus 3 plus 10. 7 plus 3 plus 10. Here the 7n plus 3 is together. Here the 3 plus 10 together. So here it looks like the parentheses move. So that could be associative. Next we have 10 plus 7n plus 3. And here we have 10 times 7n plus 3, 10 times 3. So here it looks like they distributed the 10. This would be distributive property. And the last one, 7n plus 3 plus 10. They combined the 3 and the 10, so they did combination of like terms. They added them together. That's like term. So associative property says the grouping is going to change. So if we look at the one and see which one where the grouping changed, it would be G. Here, 7n is with 3, And here, 3 switches and is with 10. So the grouping changes. That is G. And last but not least tonight, I want you guys to look at number 6. Lauren generated equivalent expressions using the inverse property of multiplication. So now we're talking about inverse property. Which expression does not, capital N-O-T, that means 3 are going to be right and 1 is wrong. We're looking for that 1 that is wrong. Correctly applies this property. So inverse property of multiplication. So the inverse property of multiplication says multiply a number by its reciprocal and the answer is 1. And we remember a reciprocal is A over B becomes B over A. So we're going to multiply by reciprocal to get 1. So which one of these is not going to give us the right answer? 3/4 times 4 over 3, that's the reciprocal, so that will give us 1. Negative 22 times negative 1 over 22, that's a reciprocal, so that will give us 1. 2/5 times 1. That would not be the reciprocal. 2/5 should be multiplied times 5/2. That's the reciprocal. So that doesn't work. 1/2 times 2. We know that 2 is the same as 2 over 1. So these are reciprocals. So again, 3 of them will be right. We're looking for the one that's wrong. And the one that's wrong is H. Boys and girls, I hope that this has been helpful for you. And remember, good luck, Bearcats!